Hey, good morning or evening. Um, it's 2 a.m. with Jason. Hope you guys are doing well. This is a little bit of a history lesson concerning the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD, which is widely considered to be what was actually being talked about here in Luke chapter 21, which is what Nate preached on Sunday. Um, it is August of Hippo, who come along a little bit later. Um, he was uh, definitely in agreement with it. This is the manifestation of what Jesus was prophesying. Eusebius, who is a noted historian, church historian, and I guess just regular historian, um, he also drew the connection here, and so it was widely understood by the early church that the stuff that Jesus was predicting here actually came true here, just a matter of 40 years later, so 37 years later. So what started off the rebellion, though, was there's a guy, his name was Gessis Florus. He was in charge of the Judea region, and he liked taxes, but when the money wasn't quite there, he just robbed from the temple. Uh, People did not like him robbing from the temple, and so as a result, he sent in troops and killed 3,600 of them, which this is about 66 AD, ignited the war. It lasted about 4 years. Nero was in charge of Rome. He did not like this. He said, "Put them down," and he would die right before they actually conquered it. The noted historian Josephus led the army, the Jewish army, until one of the major battles happened, and he lost. And so he says, I give up." But he has the testament that, according to him, about 1.1 million people died in Jerusalem, and almost 100,000 of them would be captured and taken prisoner as well. Um, the last hurrah was on where was it? Masada was the last thing. It was actually a Roman. They built it as a fortification, and some Jews were punky enough to come up. It was right overlooking the Dead Sea, and they took it, which was interesting as well. That they were able to do that. That was like the last hurrah. The temple was raised. In fact, for 60 years, there was nothing there in Jerusalem, until finally one of the emperors would say, "Let's go put something there, a town." Um, it was bad. The guy who ended up conquering, his name was Where'd he go? Uh, I apologize here. Titus. Sorry, Titus was the one who ended up actually winning the battle here, and they went to give him his laurels. Like, hey, good job, you won. He says, "There's no merit in vanquishing the people who are forsaken by their own God." Um, in the verses it talked about how, it's not going to be good to be pregnant, not going to be good to be, a nursing mother. Um, there's widespread report that people turned to cannibalism, and it was bad for people. A lot of them died of starvation in the place. And so when Jesus is prophesying, saying, "Listen, man, you guys have got to get out," like that is, um, he was serious with this. Like he's telling the people, like this is going to happen in this generation. You need to respond. You need to be able to get out of here. And there's actually Eusebius had multiple people come and say, as he was doing his collection of the report, as a historian, multiple people that said they heard the voice of an angel say, "Get out of Jerusalem." And so, and those that listened and escaped from Jerusalem before that army came through survived. Now, you would think that hopefully you'd remember that Jesus said this kind of stuff, but not everyone was believing in Jesus, and for for an angel to come and actually speak to them and say, "Hey, listen, you know what? Now's the time. You got to get out." That's just a remarkable feat as well. Um, so where am I going with all of this? I think it's important for us to know that when it comes to the Bible, it's something that we can trust as a source. Um, it is, as Jesus is speaking, He's not speaking from the hypothetical. He is speaking from the this is what's going on and why you need to know. And this is an important thing to be part of. And so I think it's important for us to spend the time in God's Word and also to realize the significance that it can hold for us. So just a thought, just some background history for those of you that care about that kind of stuff. Definitely ranks up there as one of the worst desolations of of any city ever. And Jesus predicted, said, "Hey, it's coming, it's coming." Um, you know what else he said though? In John chapter 14, he said, "If I go prepare a place for you, I'm going to come back and receive you unto myself, that where I am, that you may be also." Um, and so I think it's important for us to remember that even when that crazy stuff happens, that Jesus said, I still have a place for you," and we can believe that as well. So have a good night, guys.